Yeah, I'm hesitating to say, I don't want to say, because I'm going to get all kind of crazy and let people fight me. You'll have jewelry cost more in your house. Where? I'm telling you, listen to me. I'm telling you. My first house cost $14,700. I'm giving you a chance to write your check out. $14,700. My second house cost $81,900, and this watch costs more than that. Are you gonna write me an ugly letter? Let me tell you what. No. I can really give you. I don't mean that pridefully.
That's the gospel of prosperity. There it is. What the hell does that have to do with Jesus? What the hell does that have to do with religion? Imagine the idea of somebody getting in front of imagine Jesus getting in front of a congregation who apparently is who he follows and telling people, look what I got. Look at me, this robe right here, this robe. There's nobody in this congregation who can afford this robe. First of all, I mean, I just got to ask, and I think I could afford it if I wanted it, but why the hell would I get a watch of over $80,000? It tells the same time that a $80 watch, even an $8 watch, I don't get it. Why would anyone go to a man of God, supposedly, who would do that? Who would say that? These evangelical gospel of prosperity ministers who bamboozle people with this bullshit. And by the way, what is it with watches? Here's another guy. Here's a pastor in Missouri.
See, that's how I know you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted, because of how you've been honoring me. I'm not worth your McDonald's money. I'm not worth your Red Lobster money. I ain't worth your St. John knit. Y'all can't afford it no how.
Y'all can't afford it no how, huh? You're poor. You people are poor. I'm not. You understand? I'm your guy. I'm your guy to God, and you got to give me money so that eventually maybe you can get money. But in the meantime, you're all poor. You're worth nothing. This is what people go to church to hear. I got to tell you, I don't understand it. It is freaking crazy. I just don't get it. And again, we're back to the watch thing. A watch. He wants them to buy him a watch. Listen.
You can buy a Movado watch in Sam's.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters. I don't want to hear no more excuses about what y'all can't afford. You can't afford it because you don't see the value here.
You got to get me a watch, an expensive watch, apparently, $1,000 watch. I don't know. What the hell's a Movado cost? A couple $1,000 watch or more. And I asked you and you didn't buy it for me. What's wrong with you? Don't you understand? The only way you can get to heaven is to make me rich. That's the gospel of prosperity. And I guess now it's about watches. I don't know. Maybe it's inflation.
When righteous men rule, the people rejoice. Not when these morons rule. Make no apology for that. You fix everything you took away and we'll quit calling you that.
Hi, it's comedian Alonzo Bowden with another Rebel HQ TYT video. And guess what? Kent Christmas is on a rampage. That's right. Right-wing pastor Kent Christmas is mad at the morons in power. Problem is, when everything he's complaining about happened, his moron was in power. That's right. Seems Kent Christmas doesn't have a calendar, doesn't understand presidential administrations, and certainly didn't realize that COVID took place under Trump. So everything he is mad. You know what? Before I even get to that, can we talk about that hair and vest combo for just a minute? I had no idea Disco Stew was now preaching. That's right. Kent Christmas has the disco look going. That hair actually looks like it's being windblown when he stands still. Now, normally I don't comment on physical appearances, but this is definitely part of the show. And Kent, you have nailed it. And by the way, does anyone believe his name was Christmas before the war on Christmas? Let's talk, Kent.
Put gas back at $1.50 and fix the interest rate and get rid of masks and quit giving us viruses that are killing us and quit giving our kids money not to work so they raise up lazy and restore our small businesses that 60% of them went out of business and bankruptcies and I don't know what you do about all the people that died that shouldn't have died and all the funerals we didn't get to go to because of COVID. You fix all of that and then I'll change what I call you. And none of that happened when Trump was president.
I am not sure that Kent is running the con. I mean, normally when somebody runs a con, and any con man will tell you, there has to be a grain of truth in the con. Kent looks like he actually believes what he's saying. Oh, and he's on fire. That's right. Everything he's complaining about. COVID, people dying who didn't have to die, the inability to go to funerals, businesses going under, people getting supplemental unemployment, which gave them the money to stay home. Everything he's complaining about and closes big with didn't happen under Trump actually happened during the baby hands administration. You couldn't be this wrong intentionally. This guy is comical and amazing and I don't know how much of his flock is eating this up and how much of his flock is sitting there saying, this don't sound right. Now, he did get one thing right. Gas was cheaper when Baby Hands was president. That's right. That's the truth. Now, I know you don't often hear the words truth and Trump in the same sentence, but that's the truth. But here's the thing. There is no magic button to change the price of gas. All of these people talk about, these right-wingers talk about, why isn't gas cheaper? Why doesn't the president lower it? Trust me, any president, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. If they had the magic button to lower gas prices, they would press that button right away because gas prices hurt them directly. They're not in charge of it, but they're blamed for it. But here's the thing. This is a right-winger. And what do right-wingers always talk about? Supply and demand. So Kent, Mr. Christmas, let me explain to you how it works. During the Trump administration, the demand for gasoline was really low because no one was going anywhere during COVID. Now, when the Biden administration stepped in, the demand went up. And you know what else went up? Oil company profits. That's right. Oil companies choked back the supply. See, Kent, they lowered the supply, artificially creating a shortage and raised the price. And you know what else they did, Kent? They made a profit. They made an incredible profit. Oil company profits are up over 1,000%. So being a right-winger, you should be happy about that. Isn't that great business? Look what Biden did for you.
That ought to be enough right there to ask him to come back. You know, half of America has become so deceived that they still voted blue.
So here we have it. Another Trumper living in an alternative universe, believing alternative facts. Now here's the most beautiful thing. He said if all of this stuff changed, he wouldn't call leaders a moron. Is that a compliment? When an idiot refuses to call you a moron? I'm not really sure. But I wonder what happened after this speech. First of all, I wonder where his flock is. It sure sounds like Florida, but there's no way Florida humidity is going to allow that hair. So I doubt if it's Florida. I really don't know. Wherever he is, there's a constant wind blowing. But anyway, do you think when he walked off stage feeling like he killed it, his sermon, I got him today, somebody was like, Mr. Christmas or Pastor Christmas or Kent Christmas or Pastor Kenny or whatever they call him, we have this thing here. It's called a calendar. And see, unfortunately, what had happened was everything you said, you know what? We're not even going to explain it. We passed the plate. We got the money again. If they're willing to believe it, we're willing to believe it. Good for you, Pastor Kenny. Now, stop calling people morons because you, sir, are a complete idiot.